this is recorded?
I believe it's recorded.
Can we just check that before we get started? Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay. Cool. Hard worker is recording. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us this afternoon, Wednesday afternoon. We're here with some of the team members from Wanchor Token. They are going to be explaining some of their protocol procedures with us, just kind of doing a general review of that, letting us ask some questions about the project. Trying to just get down to the nitty gritty, get some answers. Thank you guys very much for giving us some of your time and joining us. I fully believe that regardless of how this turns out, it shows something that you're here and you're willing to talk about it and to at least have an open discussion in a public setting. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Introduce yourselves, guys, real quick.
So I think maybe I'd like to reframe the context a little bit, and I'm the only team member here, I believe, from Wanchor Token, and I'm not here to show you my project. What I'm here to do is to address a lot of the kind of common misconceptions and discussions that are going on across this group with a lot of people who I previously thought were my friends, and what I'd like to do is to address all of your questions directly, to talk about me, and people, saying things about me, the projects I'm affiliated with. Then I'd actually like to address some of my personal grievances about the way people address things and the way this group conducts itself, knowing the potential influence it has, across the crypto sphere and across the BSC space. So I'm not here to tell you about the project. I'm here to address the questions you have of me and the projects that I'm affiliated with. So I'd like to start there.
All right, so you're not here to talk about Wanchor Token. You don't care to defend Wanchor Token. You're just here to defend yourself.
That's not what I said. I'm here to defend the projects I'm affiliated with and myself. And I'm not here to shill Wanchor. That's not the purpose of this.
Believe me, look, nobody thought you were here to shill Wanchor. Nobody, not a single soul in this motherfucker is gonna buy Wanchor. We all know why you're here. You're here to clear the air on Wanchor and the project, and that's why we have you here.
With respect, with your opening, you said that I was here to provide an update on the project. I'm not. I'm here to answer the direct questions you have about the projects I'm affiliated with and myself. Because I think the way that a lot of the people conduct themselves in the space, they're more than happy to write things about people, make accusations, and all this type of stuff, and they will not address it one-on-one via DMs or a voice chat. So we can get to that bit a little bit later on. But as I initially joined this group because of all of the FUD last week around Cypher. No, but let me finish, right? I came last week because of all of the FUD around Cypher, right? And then I see all of the other stuff that's going on around EVRF and Wanchor, all this stuff. So let's just start with, what are the problems you have with the projects I work or affiliate with and with me? Let's start with that.
Let's start right there then, fuckface. I have a problem.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt. Sorry, I have to be Yoda. Hang on. Are you guys okay with? I know I'm a bit of a shit stirrer, but I'm being serious. Are you okay with me being a bit of a mediator here? Because
sure.
Leanne, you're hot micing. Because I didn't mean for her to leave. Anyway, sorry. There's obviously personal whatever it is. It's definitely heated. So are you okay for me to be a bit of a mediator so it doesn't turn into a fuck you match?
And I'm not going to swear. So with respect, don't swear at me, right? I'm not a child. So let's address this civilly and professionally, okay?
Yes,
I'm not going to mediate in that sense. I'm just saying, so at least the first part of this discussion doesn't.
Look, I'm more than happy to, but you clearly talk over people with some type of an agenda. I try to come in here and calmly have a conversation and let you openly air your grievances, and then you try to bark in stuff, man. Here, let's start at the top then. What is your name and what is your project affiliation is all I asked you.
So my name is Fearless Steve, and I am affiliated. I'm the team lead for Wanchor Token. I am a board member of Cypher, and I'm a board member of EVRF.
And you have no affiliation to any other projects?
Correct.
So all the other projects that have launched as the baby wankers and underneath them, they all were somebody else's doing, and you're not affiliated with any of those.
Well, the two projects that have launched as well, documented Degen plays are linked to Wanker as the parent project.
Okay, so your affiliation is to those as well.
Correct.
Okay, and you held bags in both of those as well.
No bigger than anyone else could buy. I receive no team tokens. So let's just get a couple of things straight. I only have team tokens for Wanker. I have board tokens for Cypher, board tokens for EVF. I do not have team tokens for either of those other projects, and I do not have team tokens for any of these Degen plays.
Okay, yeah, I have no doubt there. When you fair launch something at like a $100 market cap and you can buy in it right there at launch, I don't necessarily expect you to have a team bag. You're able to buy right then and there. And like again, just to very carefully circle around this exact issue, I'm not wholeheartedly disagreeing with what you guys are doing. I'm wholeheartedly disagreeing with you not just owning the fact that that is what it is.
We've completely. I don't see how we haven't owned it.
Your very first comment was that's not the reason why, Chris. The whole reason why we got into this is because you decided to comment onto something that I said about what dad bod was, saying no, Chris, that's not it at all.
No, and actually, the point I addressed with respect is the fact that you started swearing, about it, calling it shit this, shit that, etc., etc., etc. A Degen is a Degen. I would think that you know enough, and everybody in the space would know what a Degen is, right? Even though we've heavily documented what it is. But it's the way, and the issue I have, which is, personally between you and I didn't think we had an issue, but there clearly is, right? So we'll address that a little bit later on as well, is the fact of the way and what you need to appreciate. And you made some statements around kind of your conditions and stuff like this, so maybe there's an awareness thing around some of stuff. That's kind of fine, right? But I think you need to take accountability for what you say and how you say it. It's not what you say. What you say is very pertinent a lot of the time, but it's how you say it. And I think what you need to take on board from this and the feedback is that you are connected and an influential person in this space, and you should act accordingly. That's the point I'm making.
Hang on. Sorry to interrupt. Oh, wait. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry to cut, Chris. All right. Can I just interrupt for a second?
Of course.
Right. So my name's Billy, right? I've been in crypto space for a while. I've only had my own project for, I don't know, almost a year, right? So...
Which project is it? I'm not talking over you. I'm just asking what project you're affiliated with.
It's Bodo Token, but it's... Okay. The thing is, I come from a space where every motherfucker was calling each other a motherfucker, and that was on Reddit, that was on 4chan, that was how you communicate in this space in crypto world, right? And so for someone like Chris, we're from the same OG era in a sense. I say OG era, this is like 5-6 years ago. It's not really long in the span of time, but in crypto world it is, right? Anyway. So if you're getting upset, firstly, if you're getting upset because someone calls you fucking names, right? Or swears at you. No, hang on. If you're getting upset because someone calls you names, well, first of all, you're a weak cunt. Okay? That's the simple fact, right? Because you need to have a fucking spine and a thick skin to be in this game, right? You're handling people's money, right?
Exactly to your point, you should be professional, right?
No. See,
no, sorry, no, I had to say something here. Like, I don't say this to everybody. I'm gonna say something like this to people that are fucking robbing the community, man. And like at the end of the day, don't try to step away from the fact that your actions. You know what? Get mad at me. Anybody here who's listening, if you don't like the way that I talk, you don't like the way that I present myself or whatever, that's fucking cool. These are words. Those are actions that you're taking. You're purposely on purpose deciding within your own community that this is how you're going to fund your project. And all I do is point it out and call it a name that it's fucking rightfully so called. And you get upset. And now we get to this point. I have no problem never even mentioning y'all's name or ever talking about Wanker or anything like that ever again. It came up in chat openly by other people, and I called it a dog shit meme play, and you started and got upset about it. That fucking simple.
Okay, so let's take one thing that you said. So let's take the expectation of what you just said. After this discussion, you keep my name and the names of my projects out of your mouth, right? Because you just said you'll do it. So let's keep yourself to your word. So let me just distill it down a little bit further, right? Because I really want to get to the crux of things.
Hey. Provided you stop doing the community tax thing. If other people come to me and keep saying, hey, look, they're at it again with their shitty tactics, not me who's saying it, other people who's saying it, yeah, I might make a comment on it.
So let's distill this down. So you're saying the one issue you have with me and all of the projects that I represent and work across is literally that one degen component of Wanker that's used to feed utility development for the project. Is that it?
No. Again, to be clear, I don't even mind that component. If that's the component you want to roll with, that's cool, man. Own it. The fact that you try to spin it and not own it as what it is, and then you try to like take a high and mighty road, like all of a sudden that everybody else should be shameful because of the way that we act around it, is like insanity to me. Own the fact that you're doing degen runs and robbing from people who don't know any better.
Well, with respect, people who don't know any better shouldn't be buying into it, because that's the whole part of doing research in the space. And that we have transparently said that's what they're for. And
okay, and then
that's the purpose. And I did that. I'm not saying that.
Look, and then you come on a space and you make comments like that and you wonder why people are upset. Think about what you just said. I might curse when I talk, but you're literally like saying exactly what 90% of all of these people in this space feel in their hearts. Like, don't you understand that? The fact that you don't see that and the fact that you have no clarity or realization there tells me that we're so far apart to begin with. And that's, I think, why I'm so like personally upset with you, because just the fact that you have no, and like, again, to the whole like, oh, well, you won't address it one-on-one. I don't have to. This is a public space with a public blockchain. Speak your actions publicly amongst the community and let them decide. There's no reason for me to go onto a one-on-one discussion with you about this, because this isn't like my thing to discuss. This is the community's thing to discuss. Whether or not they agree or appreciate what you and your token in community are doing. That's what it's about. I have nothing to discuss with you one-on-one. The fact that you take issue that I don't discuss things with you one-on-one, I wasn't hiding. I added you when I made that comment, didn't I? I took to you in public space.
You wrote in the DM, right, to me directly that I can share. We can do this in a small forum or a big forum. I opted for the small forum, and you were a coward and did not accept it. So
this is the small forum, bud. This is the small forum. We can.
Hang on, sorry, Chris. I ain't cut in. All right, so there's personal things going on between you two, right? Which is where it's getting heated. But
well, there wasn't. I honestly.
Hang on. But hang on. Hang on. But you started just bringing up. Hang on. You started bringing up private DMs. So is that not a private thing, right? So what we wanted this chat AMA for is because of all the bitching and the fucking stupidity that was going on in main chat, which was in everyone's view, right? So to bring in private conversations, DM stuff, that's between you two privately. But again, I know too, though, this is where a lot of the heat's coming from. But we're here because we've all witnessed tonight the public drama, which is exactly why we're here. And when I was saying earlier too about you saying you don't like people swearing or whatever, but just like Chris said earlier, and you admitted yourself, there's a degen element to the wanker shit you do. Therefore, you play the degen game, right? So to then say, oh, you need to act professional, you guys need to have a standard of professionalism when you yourself admit that you play a degen element, does that not contradict?
I think that actually, when you look at even the name of the token, right? There is
It's
an
not about the
element
name,
of,
mate.
you know,
No. We're getting
no, no,
to
no.
the degen.
But so literally the only problem. So we can just like I said, we can get this. It's literally the only issue that is out there that people don't think my moral compass is pointing the right way around running a fun degen series transparently to feed the utility of wanker, right? Because I was here, I was in the reason I even joined this channel is I was here like on Saturday because the same thing was happening with Sniffer, and I've never engaged with any of these people directly. I'm a holder on both the tokens that we've just discussed, Boda and MetaBUSD, right? It's nothing that this is.
You didn't even know about my token until I fucking told you, cunt. So stop talking to us.
No,
so
but
here's the
I'm
thing.
just
Nah,
saying, since you
Steve,
told me, I'm
mate, Steve,
confirming.
listen. Oh, listen, Steve. Steve, you know what? You're a typical pom. You
talk.
You fucking talk so much shit. No wonder you fucking cunts fucking lost the war. Now, anyway, no, that's a joke. But Steve, is that your real name?
Yes.
Right. So your real name's Steve.
Correct.
Right. So as we said earlier, you were saying you shouldn't swear at people rah, right? Because it's not professional, etc., etc. But we've already determined that there's a degen thing going on. You're a part of it, right?
Correct.
So cut that facade away, right? Leave it at the fucking front door. We already know that you're fucking degen cunts. We already know you wanker fucking shit. That's why you're here. That's why you and your fucking cipher buddies are here, right?
So what's he got to do with Cypher?
It's just, again, it's not a fucking attack on anyone. We're all here skating around the greys, fucking around, trying to print money while we can before the law catches up to us. That's the simple facts of crypto, bro, right? The thing is, if you say, oh, no, you can't say this, you can't swear at me, you got to uphold an image, but then you just admitted that there's a degen play. You know what I mean? There's so much contradictions, right?
No, but okay, let me address that, A degen component has nothing to do with the way that you should talk to somebody, right? So let's just detach that thing if that's the argument. Yeah, I'm just asking you to be respectful and have an open and honest discussion without calling me a cunt, right? So let's just go down that road first. If we say that people don't think the degen series is fun and it's it completely undermines the integrity of everything we're doing, that's fine. People are entitled to the opinion. We've done it for the benefit of the community and the utility development. That's that's the stance we've taken. So if people don't like that, I respect their opinion. I'm not saying come and buy it, get involved. I'm saying,
Steve, do you respect his opinion because he called you out and said that's fucking bullshit, and you're up here kicking a stink about it? So do you respect the opinion? You don't.
You fucking don't. Yourself. That's why we're having this conversation, Steve. Come on, man. This whole thing is because you're like, hey, I don't respect the way you talk about my degen play. Well, fuck, man, eat a dick. I can talk about whatever play however I want to, any way I want to. And the reason why I'm in the position I am now is because I've always behaved this way. I've never behaved any differently my entire life. I'm always been this way. The only difference is it's now pointed to something that you're attached to. Like, it's that simple. Yoast is up here right now. Yoast can testify. I said some terrible things about his project. Word for word, I said, your project, this whole space would be better if your project never existed, because I honestly felt that way at the time. But guess what? They stood on 10 toes, they represented, and they showed in full detail how hard they've worked to improve all the aspects that everybody had something against. And that proved that they wanted to win over the community in the standard of a solid crypto project. Like, it's that simple. You're choosing, to not do that which is fine, which is absolutely fine. Again, I respect your decision. If you want to live off those degen plays to support Wanker and its community so you can withhold your goals and promises to Wanker, that's a respectful thing that you're doing for that community. It's also disrespectful for the outside community that's getting involved in those degen plays. We can agree on it, and I can say, hey, Wanker's trying to do something. That dog shit that they're launching is a nothing fucking play.
And I respect your opinion. You know, I think that, you know, this is where I see just, you know, I wanted to kind of, you know, show that I'm here. I stand up for what we've done. Is everyone going to agree with the decision on the Degen plays? Maybe not, but that was a decision that we made, right? I don't think that it should necessarily question the integrity across everything that anyone does. It's just more that is one dimension related to one project. But like I say, you can. It's more. My first thing is I don't know why people have to, you know, talk about it and call people out about it, you know, because I think the whole sentiment of Unite DeFi and all this kind of stuff is you have a good following, you know, and you're respected in this space. And I just think that, you know, it should be, you know, considered.
Okay, so
hang on. Sorry, Chris. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt. So, Steve, is your issue more about your assumptions that what Chris says inside this Discord is going to be so all fucking Gandalf empowering that whatever he says in here is going to destroy your project? Is that what you're more worried about?
No, but I think it does have an influence. And Chris, you should acknowledge, you know, that you do know people, you are connected across projects, and people do listen to what you say. And that's why I'm saying that I think that you should consider what you say before you say it.
And I'm
Here's the
telling,
thing,
and
Steve.
I'm
Here's the thing,
telling you,
Steve.
I do consider it, Steve. I do consider it highly before I say it, Steve. And at the end of the day, I call it how it is, bud. Like that's what more do you want me to say? Like at the end of the day, tell me I'm wrong. That those other plays should not get bought into by people that care about keeping their money.
And you could say that, you know, I can say if you don't know what a degen is and you want to protect your money, don't buy into a degen, and certainly don't buy into a degen that's run that reflects in wanker. Let me get that statement out there clear.
Okay, thank you. So it's okay for you to say it like that, but it's not okay for me to say, "Hey, stay away from that dog shit."
No, I think this is not just that one thing. It was the culmination of many, many different things that you've been seeing over the last kind of week. You know, I think that's why I've reacted to it. And I just wanted to know, you know, we were trading DMs, you know, the other day. Like I say, we won't bring them up, but we were saying, you know, you respected that we came in as Cypher and we cleared our names. I thought we were good, you know, and
So
then something else.
let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. Since you brought it up, what did I tell you in that DM? Let's let everybody know. Whenever I sent you that DM, I think I said something along the lines, and I can go back and read it word for word, but it was something along the lines of, "Hey man, I'm kind of surprised nobody like hammered in on that point. You need to be careful about the way you're wording these things. I don't think it's your intent." And I still stand by that. I don't think you have an intent to just like be robbing the general community of revenue and liquidity to pump Cypher's liquidity. But rightfully, that's what you're actually doing. And people here see that as such. Whenever you word things certain ways, and like whenever it comes to people's attention, like that just is the way it is, brother. I don't know what else to say. And like factually, that's what I sent you in DM. That's what I said, and I do believe that. I don't think that's what's like so scary here, honestly, in my personal opinion, is I don't think that you see this as a bad thing. And I think that you see this as completely up and up. It's great. It's a fantastic way to feed extra rewards to Wanker's community. You know, it's not hurt anybody, and it's been all good. And that if anybody has any different opinion, then maybe they're just wrong and they don't understand degens. But I'm telling you that like that's not what like the streets of DeFi really think about that. And whenever you like stand on that and like that's what you're owning, it's gonna hurt. I promise you. Like good factual advice.
100% fine, you know? And I think that, you know, I will say that they are as documented and announced, whether you like them or not. You know, like I say, I appreciate people's opinions. You know, it's not for everyone, you know, but I think that, you know, that people will agree or disagree whether that's an approach. You know, what we made the decision to try and do what is right for the wanker community and develop everything on time or ahead of time that we promised, right? And that's what we're doing, you know, and our commitment to the community. For me, you know, if people think that's not great and don't want to get involved in it, I completely appreciate that decision.
Awesome. So then I'm telling you that I'm doing what I think is great for my community. and that's just the way it is. These people, this server's not mine, but like this is somewhere that I hang out and I talk to people on my off time. I talk here a lot more candidly than I talk on my personal server. Would I ever, like, for instance, my server's a lot larger. My Twitter's a lot larger. All my other avenues of talking to people is a lot larger. Would I ever go out there and say anything about any of this out there? No. No, I'm not in this space to try to get people to come after you and bash you or anything like that, man. This is a tiny server of 200 fucking fellow degens that we all just like to talk shit and just rile each other up and sort stuff like this out. And like, I'm sorry that like people here disagree with your course of action and like how you're rolling out your projects, but like that's just what it is. And like, it's again the fact that like you hopefully you leave this understanding that like we all can't be wrong.
And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I respect your opinion, right? But what I wanted to kind of address across the whole sphere of everything that I'm involved in or affiliated with is, last week I was here about Cypher for a similar thing. You say that, I'm not worried about this space destroying, the projects and the tokens because, everything I'm involved in will prove itself through delivery and delivery alone, right? But what there has to be knowledge of is, after all of these discussions, I didn't find out about this server, by chance. I had lots of people coming in and causing FUD and DMing me and all this kind of stuff. So the bit I just want to have acknowledged, right, is that you say that, it's not your server, it's not the space, it's not, there's no harm done, but you don't see that, there is a consequence, and what's happening. And you can say it's about Degen Plays today, but it was about Cypher yesterday, right? And it was the same about EVRF the day before. So I just want you to acknowledge, what is happening as a result of the discussions in this server.
Okay, so
okay, sorry, hang on, hang on, hard worker, hang on, sorry.
You do you.
Hang on, I'm gonna jump in here as the mediator. Well, I'm doing a shit job of it anyway. Right, so the thing with this Discord is it has a floodgate. Hard worker and Mr. Who are the main admins. They're the people that let people in, right? But there's a floodgate, and then they just ask people, who are you from, whatever, and let people in. And lately, there's been a lot of people let in. And there's been a lot of drama. And you've also got to understand that there's games being played as well, right? So what's said in main chat, everyone sees, and surprise, surprise, there's fucking Hey John, the YouTuber. There's Mobile Trades. There's a fucking other YouTuber here. There's fucking EGC mods here. There's fucking doop-de-doo fucking Mary Poppins here. There are so many people here that are taking screenshots and sharing it around.
Exactly. That's the issue.
No, it's not the issue. The issue, the issue is like they're using it out of context, right? But the thing is, whatever we say in main chat and public chat and the other chats, we say it. Even as project owners, we have more risk behind us. Yes, we're gonna get fucking fudded on, and shit's gonna get taken out of context. But if we say, hey, this is fucked or whatever, we'll say it, even though we know some cunt's gonna fucking screenshot that shit and use it against us. But it's in a public forum, right? And so you might say, oh, your position has weight and power, but you need to also understand, like someone like Chris, he's not saying stuff like in main chat or whatever, or in the public channels, the side channels, to deliberately destroy other people's projects. And if you're that fucking insecure to think that one of us project owners is that fucking pathetic to do that, like, we're not. We're up to our fucking eyeballs in shit. We're in a fucking bear market. We're facing recession. Half of us are going fucking broke.
No, and the other thing
so I'm going to finish. So we do not fucking care to bring you down because we're too busy trying to fucking keep our shit together. But the fact that half of you cunts think that we are fucking trying to destroy you is your own insecurities, right? These are facts.
No, it's not.
As a project fucking developer,
you can shout and right?
Mate.
What you need to acknowledge, right?
Hey, Steve, where's your respect gone, mate?
Well, you're disrespecting me. So with respect, right? Then, yeah, you are.
With respect, but you went me, talk over me. See, you contradict yourself, mate. You're full of contradictions. Anyway, so no, I said just let me finish. Please let me finish. Then you can have your word. Yes. So, for you to think someone like Chris, yes, he knows a lot of people, but so do fucking I. So does fucking Jonah in here. So does Leanne. So does fucking half the cunts here. Kevin. Like, Chris is not the only fucker in here that knows people. So for you to think that one person has all this almighty power, and you got to think about this too, right? If Chris says stuff in public chat, again, that gets screenshotted, that can be used against him. So how does that benefit him, right? How does it benefit any of us? Because that can also be used against us, right?
I don't know. That's my question.
No, it's about us just saying this is bullshit. This is our opinion. This is our views on it. And so again, you can say, yeah, all right, I don't agree with your view. That's fine. But that's where you've got to be at, man. Instead of saying, oh yeah, but you've got a position of power, you can like, because that's the way you're trying to present it, mate. Honestly, you're trying to present like Chris has his almighty power. He's,
I don't think any of you have any power. Let's be completely honest about it. I'm just, I just want to say that, So, but I think what has to be taken on board is, where people and, people follow people, right, is that the actions that are made in this chat, even if you call it a small group or whatever it is, people are in here with large groups and who are taking screenshots, that the net is far wider, right? And I just think that, if there is, an issue to be addressed, address it head on with the people. You don't need to, to fit talk and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be here if I didn't want to clear the air. I'm not here. I don't like the point you've made about the Dini series. I respect the opinion. If you don't like that, that's fine. You do you,
Respectfully, Steve, this can't be the case because we hashed this out last week. We went over this. You acknowledged that that's what you guys are doing, and then this week you said that's not what you're doing, and then we have this conversation now within this chat, and you acknowledge that yes, that is what we're doing. I just wanted to cause a ruckus all morning for no good reason and get everybody inside of a chat for just to instead say I don't like the way you guys are calling it or talking about it, but factually it's still the same thing. And if you guys don't agree with it, cool, I'll respect that. Am I wrong?
No, but
Can
what
I
I'm
just
saying,
add something from a neutral standpoint very quickly? I'm new to being a project owner. I came in, these guys had something to say. I listened to them. We all speak different ways. But at the end of the day, they gave me a chance. They gave me advice. And they listened to me. And, they can call me shit cunt. They can say whatever they want. What they're trying to do is make sure that as project owners, we have a responsibility to our base, and also just to make sure that we cut the shit between each other and say it as it is. The language might be fruity, but you expect that from people from down under. But the rest of us just have to cope with it. They point out things that are wrong with projects. If you don't like it, you come on here and you defend your project with what the project is. And if the only defence you have is you guys are being nasty, that doesn't say much for the project, and that's just my neutral opinion.
No, and I respect that, but the reason I'm here and having this discussion is I thought we had, a very civil, constructive discussion last week and put everything to bed. But all of a sudden, I like I said, I don't even really use Discord, but I received some screenshots of, another kind of going on, and you can put it how you want, but if you have an issue, and you say you don't like it, I'll respect your opinion, but let's put that, but, you don't have to just keep this going and going and going, or it's never ending. That's the point where I think that it doesn't make sense to me, and that's the reason I look to try and address it today. Right?
So you then came to the chat and you read the chat. So then you would have seen whenever you read the chat that somebody came in here and they posted about the fucking bad dad bod coin. Somebody posted about it. And then back and forth engagement was taken upon it, and then I decided to comment something on it that said simply a rehashing of what we talked about last week that you agreed upon then last week and you now re-agree upon today, but you replied to my post directly, no, that's not at all what it is. That's not what I sorry, no, that's not what I said at all.
But
And
because you paraphrased,
so that right, but right there, like just the fact that like you felt the need to come and defend like somebody else's opinion on it when like factually my opinion worded poorly, worded in a rude way is what's going on. Like, do you see the contradiction here? Do you see what's going on? Like, I wasn't rehashing anything. Other people talked about it, and then I made a simple post that clarified the situation. And how did I end it? I said that y'all are doing it completely transparently. If all you would have said underneath that was like, yeah, he's right. This is another degen play that we're doing that we're hoping funds Wanker some more so we can deliver some more utilities for everybody, we wouldn't be having the conversation that we're having now.
But the reason we're having the conversation is that's what we exchanged in DM and what we discussed on the last discussion we had, right?
All right, hang on, I'm going to interrupt you. Can we please just differentiate your private DM bullshit to what you guys talked about in public chat? Because correct me if I'm wrong, anyone else in this chat, but I'm pretty sure most of us are here because of the drama and the bullshit that happened in main chat today. So yeah, you guys have your personal drama, blah blah. That's clearly fucking obvious. But I think most of us are only here for the context of what was said in public chat.
Okay.
So
then we can just address that and
go,
save everyone's times, right? So
mate, Steve, hang on. So Steve, that's the thing. This whole thing was to address the stuff, right? And then you bring up the DMs and like again, if you guys want to hash out your DMs or whatever, hash it out. But the rest of us need context. And I've got all night. I got fucking nothing to do. I fucking set up all night anyway to fucking hang in for this bullshit. So if you guys want to hash out piece by piece your DM shit, go for it. Depends how much time you fucking have. But I can say, unless someone else wants to chime in, but I can say, probably for a genuine fact, that most of us are here just because of the fucking public display that happened in main chat. So for you to then go, this is the thing, man. To go, oh, but you DM me this and blah blah, right? It becomes.
But I'm saying he DM'd me specifically about this point, and like I say, you know, and like I say, if we just want to address, you know, if everyone here wants to just listen, you know, what was the drama about in chat? I think it's clear, you know, that we've publicly, transparently said what we're doing to fund the utility of Wanker, right? We've publicly done that. If people don't like that, that's absolutely fine. I completely appreciate their opinion, right? But what I would appreciate is that just these things just don't continually, you know, fester and keep coming back and back. We addressed this last week. You know, you even said in the DM, you know, this is potentially good for Wanker. You know, it might be not so great for community tax. That's fine.
I'm going to cut you off,
Steve.
Steve, you say you saw this out in DM. There's fucking like 20 cunts in here, mate. Did we all get the DMs?
Well,
I'm giving you the context.
No. But did we get the
second,
DM?
Billy, one second, because because it's not any different from anything that I said here. It's the same thing that I said.
That's what I'm trying to fucking get at. Is that there's stuff you guys said publicly, and part, bits and pieces that you've also said in DMs has also been aired publicly, right? But there's no point Steve or either of you. There's no point saying, "Oh, but I addressed this in DMs." Well, unless you fucking address 20 or 30 of us cunts fucking right here in DMs, we don't know the fucking context, right?
But Chris already gave the context and said exactly what he wrote to me in the DM.
But your argument is fucking mute, cunt. Do you understand?
No, it's not mute.
It is fucking mute because did you send 20 of us fucking right now? How many is in chat? Did you send all of us in voice chat right now the fucking carbon copy of your fucking DMs? No, you didn't. So that is fucking shit because we don't know what the fucking context is. We're talking about, or we're listening in on, right, this whole public fucking bullshit that happened today. So either you stick to that shit, right? Or you keep going back to your private fucking conversation with Chris,
my God,
which
it's like trying
again,
to talk to us. It's like trying to talk to a safe moon maxi. Seriously, let's just
safe
explain
moon
what I
Max.
was saying.
No,
Let's
Steve,
just talk through what I was trying to say.
Steve, hey Steve.
You're trying to use like a smoke screen to get us off the topic. Let's just regroup on what I said for a second, right?
Steve, mate, get away from the mirror because you're deflecting, right? So
you're deflecting, not me.
You're bringing up personal DMs with Chris that none of us have fucking any idea about. I'm telling you to stop fucking bringing that shit up because none of us have fucking any idea what that fucking context is.
Well, unless you've got acute amnesia, you might have listened to what Chris said 2 minutes ago that he said in DM to me after the Cypher chat.
Yeah, I'm telling you that we don't fucking give a fuck.
I mean, seriously.
Bring up.
1 second, Billy. Yeah, take a pause. Because realistically, I can understand where Steve's coming from with this context, and I'm just gonna re-go over it, just because it's something that I've said in public chat. It's something that I've also said on here, and it is kind of like the root of it all. This wanker shenanigans can, without a doubt, be beneficial to wanker, and I see that. Of course I do. Everybody should see that. They're getting a positive pump action from a launch on a play, especially if it catches fire. It's going to reflect in wanker token and drive further volume going forward. All of those things are great for wanker. It very well can and probably will always be perceived as a community tax. As far as rehashing it, I can never promise you that whenever you launch another one of these degen plays, as you like to call them,
that's what they are.
Whenever you launch another one, I can't promise you that somebody else isn't going to bring it up in chat. And whenever they bring it up in chat, whenever I see it and I realize that it's another play from Wanker, I'm probably more than likely very well going to tell everybody that's in that chat exactly what it is, what it's meant for, and what it's supposed to be. And if they want to buy it, they can. If they don't want to buy it, they won't. But that's all that happened today. That's like solely the only thing that happened today, and that's what you got upset about. We weren't talking about Wanker since last week. Nobody mentioned Wanker one time, man. The only time it got mentioned is whenever the bod thing, the dad bod thing came back up and Mike came back around. And like, for instance, we're not even talking about, we're no longer even trying to associate Wanker directly with Interstellar, even though it's clearly Mike's project, solely because we're taking y'all's word on it that y'all say it's not at all the same type of degen play that you're launching left and right on the other side. Even though it looks solely like it is, nobody's saying that. We're not talking about that in our post or anything like that. We're trying to give you guys the best benefit of the doubt. If somebody wants to call something as it is whenever it pops up, I'm not going to stop it, and I'm not going to stop myself from calling it that. And that's like my opinion and my right to do so.
And you and like I say, I respect your opinion. And if the stance you're taking is, you want to, advise the community to be safe and to not get involved in things they shouldn't go involved with, I completely respect that, 100%.
To be clear, that's not even the stance I'm taking. I'm not even telling people whether or not they should or shouldn't. I'm just telling it as it is, and I don't tell people to ape into something or not. I really don't. It's very, very rare that I tell somebody to buy or to not buy, one way or the other. I'd literally just point out like the facts on something, and that's it. That's where it stops. And like the fact that people keep getting upset about me pointing out facts is fucking sad because you're upset with your own project.
I'm definitely not upset with my own project. But okay, I think that we can take everybody's opinion on board, right? I respect your opinion. The degen series is the degen series. It is what it says on the tin, But to avoid kind of this back and forth and stuff like that, you can put and say whatever you want about anything, right? You just don't have to tag me in it, so that it brings me into the conversation, because otherwise this starts again, right? Let's just leave it at that. That's the easiest way to address this. You can say you don't like it. I respect your opinion, but let's, when this kind of dialogue goes and people can put stuff in chat and stuff like that, people, I've openly said what it is. It's documented in the Wanker chat, what it is. Anyone wants to come read what it is and what we've said it is, it's clear what it is, But I don't need to keep getting dragged back into this circle again to have this same discussion. And that's the reason I wanted to address it today, is because I thought we addressed this on Saturday.
So
if that's
I think what the thing is like people thought and maybe hoped, maybe incorrectly, that like your viewpoint on the matter would maybe change and that you would possibly come around and like accept help from other people to try to maybe build your project up like the more proper way. I won't tag you though ever again in any of these other plays that you keep launching. And I think everybody here can agree that like you're going to continue to launch these types of plays, go after this route, and you think it's fine, acceptable, and we respect your decision, I guess.
okay.
I would like to point out that I do not.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how to
Come
like
on, Big Kev.
like I don't know.
Can we let Big Kev speak? Because Big Kev rarely speaks, but he's killed some cunts. So fucking come, Big Kev, say something.
No, to say to Chris's point, if that's how they choose to generate the funds to finish the work they're working on or doing for Wanker, that's fine. But you have to understand that while you can announce it all you want, there are people who aren't going to see those announcements, and there are people who are going to jump into that, not realizing that it's not. The intention is not a genuine project, so they might be thinking, "Oh, it's a degen play, sure," but they don't know what you know ahead of time, which is that you're going to wreck them, and that's the part that bothers me. And so you can say, "Oh, we announced it."
He already answered that though, Kevin. He said it's their fault for not doing their own research.
But that's the part that gets everybody so mad right now, is that you don't care that you're hurting other people because they didn't do any research, but you're knowing full well that you're going to cause people to get wrecked on this. And that's the part that people keep calling out. They announce these projects so that people don't fall into that trap. And it seems like you're getting mad that people are trying, like they're warning people, "Hey, don't do this because there's a good chance you're going to lose money."
And
That's
it's fine. Completely respect your opinion. Really, I do. And this was obviously discussed when before anything was done, right? And it was taken as a team decision that it was, to look at for the best of the project of Wanker. This was something that we would look into, and publicly announce what it is. If people don't like it, and and ape into degens, everyone talks about doing research stuff like this, and it's I respect everyone's opinion. People don't like it. That's that is 100% fine if that's everyone's stance. Really, I can't question anyone's opinion on not liking that approach. But that's the approach that's been taken, and we could stop it tomorrow. But would that change, the perception? Probably not, right?
right. But then that's the thing too. Is like somebody does call it that.
I think it's a shit complaint, absolute shit complaint.
Yeah.
Right,
So
hang
when
on,
somebody says it's dog shit, then you can't get mad at that because you're acknowledging that that's what it is. It's not. It's meant to lure people in who aren't privy to that information you're providing, so that you can get their money to use that for your development. That's essentially what you're doing, man. So if somebody wants to speak,
In any other walk of life, it would be a fucking crime. It would be a crime in any other walk of life.
Hang on, Das. Pull your fucking pit bull aside. Go have a pint. Nah, I love you. Das is fucking scary. I think Das has probably killed some kids. But anyway, sorry.
Well, like, and he's a G because he came up here like I had issues with his project, like knowing he knows that, and like he stood 10 toes, defended his project, made small corrections, and addressed every single fucking issue anybody had like a man. And
yeah, but hang on. Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt, but hang on, Chris. But yeah, if you're talking about Das, yeah, but we're not talking about Das. And I know what you mean, but also like I can understand why someone like Steve can get offended in a sense like that. Like trying to be like the adult here, but it's trying to compare peas in a fucking flat, like a fucking pansy or something. Not that Steve's a pansy, but but Kevin brought up a lot of good points, and I want to know what Steve's response to that is.
Sure.
El Stevo, it's your floor.
I didn't. You went on mute. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said I'd like to know Steve's Did you hear what Kevin said earlier? Swell Bay, Kevin. Like to
Did
hear
I hear what he
your
said?
opinions. Yeah.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
he answered. He said he respected Kevin's
I respect the
opinion.
opinion. I respect Kevin's opinion. I respect Kevin. Really, I do. I respect his opinion, and I respect him.
Okay, so here's a question then, Steve. Do you go to your wanker community or your dad bod community or whoever and go, "Hey guys, this is just a DJ and gamble play. Let's just throw money at it. If we get a 10x, we get a 10x. If we don't, you don't." Do you actually say that to everyone?
Yeah.
So everyone in that community knows from the beginning that you're just making new token after new token for these degen shitcoin plays.
For sure, in the wanker chat, that is publicly communicated, and we don't even put them in the main wanker chat to even, say to anyone in the community
Hang on,
that they're actually being done. They're
you
being
don't put it in
completely.
the main chat, do you? You don't put it in the main chat. You don't tell everyone.
Say that again. I don't. It's not put in the main
put
chat.
it in the main chat. Yeah, you don't put it in the main chat.
It's documented in the main chat.
Is it? So everyone knows. Everyone
Yeah, I think
I think
it actually, and I think it actually is, and like again, so again, like I think like I clarified that even on my own points, like in Steve's defense here, like he has been completely transparent from day one, even with their own community. It's a small community, but it's a community, and they have been transparent about what they're doing. We're launching these baby tokens. They're going to reflect in Wanker. This is going to help drive extra volume. We'll get extra rewards. The community itself that's holding Wanker, they're sitting there still holding. They've still got bags. Like they've got a somewhat incentive to be like okay with going along with this to begin with. And B, since they're on the inside to start with, they have a second further incentive on the token itself because like they're the community that's pushing it. It'd be the same thing as, again, I'll make this is the third time I made this analogy. If all of this screen chat right now was like, hey, we're all going to start a project right this second. I'll go deploy the contract right now and we're going to raise funds for a barbecue. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a small tax. It's going to go to like a dev and a marketing wallet. We'll get to keep those funds. We'll also, if we all had a bag and something that it's going to reflect towards the barbecue pit fund. So we launched this token. It 10x's. We all know what the deal is. So we've all sold. And we took the liquidity.
Yeah. Yes. And
as a whole, like as a community. So like all as Nazi Germany, we decided to commit the Holocaust. Like as a whole.
Well, you gotta be fucking careful with that joke, bro. You wanna get cancelled, bro? You're gonna get fucking cancelled, Chris. Like I thought I was gonna be the first one to get cancelled.
I'm sorry.
Fuck, bro. Fuck, bro. Chris is dead. Chris is cancelled. Everyone run away from what Chris is doing.
But you know what I mean, guys.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, but the thing is, Chris, yes, but the wanker, and I know from talking to Dirty Mike early on, the wanker play and the baby wanker and stuff, that was their play. But since then, they have released different tokens, right? Now, this current situation, this whole debacle, though, is about the recent shit, right? The dabbot shit, the recent shit. And so why are we at this crossroads if everyone in their community knows about it and it's an open thing? Why is Fearless Steve kicking up a stink about Chris or Legit Bay airing it out publicly in a random Discord if it's a public, open secret? Fucking everyone knows about it in Wanker. You wouldn't kick up a stink if everyone fucking knew about it, right?
No, but everyone does know about it. But I think the point is that we had a discussion. No, listen.
You're kicking up a stink and you're here because Chris said stuff in main chat today. No, hang on. If you've told your community and it's a fucking open cut blind transparency bullshit, why are you fucking here to begin with?
I'm here because I was basically here on Saturday doing the same thing for another token, right?
No, you're here to talk about wanker and your fucking issue with Chris being hierarchy exposing your wanker players. But you're just telling us now. No, you literally said you tell your community that you do DGen token plays, and everyone knows they're inside, they're in on the open secret. But then you're literally here, bro. You're both fucking arguing about shit that you're saying, oh, but everyone knows about. So what's the fucking point of this whole fucking... So why are you up here upset about it?
No, because I wanted to get to the bottom of what is, why do I keep getting tagged and brought back into these circular discussions? I thought they were addressed on Saturday, and we said, that's how it is. Chris said, yeah, I respect that, that you're doing this. I don't respect, the integrity of why it's being done. What I want to avoid is that just this keep circling and back and forth, because I'm not here to kind of, fight with anyone. I'm not involved in crypto and stuff like that. I'm here to have fun. I don't want all of this nonsense and drama and noise, and that's the reason.
You're hurting people.
No,
that's the problem.
And you're playing the fucking game, man. You're playing the game. You're a project insider. You're playing the game, and you don't want it? Quit.
Well, I'm not going to quit. So that's how that is.
Okay, that is how that is, and everybody here has heard you 5 times repeat yourself that you're going to keep rinsing and repeating these same DGen plays in hopes to properly boost your small little community, take from the outside community, and you don't care about the integrity view on that whatsoever.
I'm saying that the integrity piece, everyone can do themselves. It's transparently written what they are and communicated what they are. We appreciate, that not everyone agrees with it, and that's everybody's opinion. It's been done for the best of the wanker token community, and that was a decision that was made as a team.
Steve, but if everyone knew about it,
token that works and does, just like everyone else that puts their mind to it. Everyone disagrees with something about everyone else's project. We don't just all then run and fucking rip people off. You're making the space shitty. Don't you understand that? You're the reason why regulation and things like that are going to happen, because people like you do not give a fuck about anyone else. You don't even care about your community. You're the one that's making the most out of it.
I'm not making anything out of it.
I'm not even going to answer that. I'll leave that to you, Bill.
Hang on, sorry. I was saying, that's fucking almost made me shit my pants. I'm not fucking joking. Like, fucking bro. Anyway, that's mate. You have that voice. You have that voice. Like you have that fucking. Like the Richie. That bloody. Anyway, that director.
He definitely sounds intimidating. He sounds scary as hell.
Guy Ritchie. The Guy Ritchie films where he always has British films and stuff with like fucking Jason Statham and stuff. Anyway, I can't remember the name of the actor, but anyway, he sounds like. Anyway, but that's a sidetrack. This is how much Das has fucked me up. He's got me fucking scared. Nah, I reckon Das is a nice bloke. Anyway, get back on topic. So, with mate Steve, you say everyone knows, you tell everyone knows that DGen plays. But we come back around. We come back around to then why are you pissed off with Chris talking in the main chat? Yeah, you have DMs, fucking whatever. But you get Arky too about earlier today in main chat of him saying, hey, this is fucked up, this is dumb, fucking whatever. That's his opinion though. He's not saying to people, like I said, don't buy this or whatever. He's just saying this is his opinion. But then you now before said, oh, but everyone in Wanker knows. Everyone knows. You're transparent to your community. Everyone knows these new tokens are DGen plays, blah, blah, blah. But then if that's the case, then why are you here in the first place trying to defend yourself against whatever potential FUD that Gandalf fucking Chris could fucking put against your project? It just doesn't compute, bro.
No, but the reason it's not just, and there's 2 reasons we're here. One was to answer questions and get that part out on the table around the DGen plays. I respect the people. Not everyone loves them, and isn't interested and wants to tell people not to do them. That's fine, 100% get that. The bit that I want to try and avoid is that we just get in this circular holding pattern, around something that pops up or somebody has an opinion and I get tagged in it and I get bought in, and next week I'm talking about Everreflect, and then the week after it's about Cypher, and That's what I want to avoid.
Have you?
I've got no.
You
You
do
see-
bad
see-
shit, you
see-
get
hang on,
called out. That's
hang
life.
on.
Man. You do
Hang
bad
on.
shit, you get called out.
Hang on, Das. Sorry. Wait. No, it needs to be civil. Anyway, I know shit stir, and like Das, I'm not kidding. Every time Das talks, like I think he's gonna stab me, but he's too far away. But we need to harness Das's voice actually, but that's a whole side topic. So Steve, though, again, you want to come on here and defend your blah blah blah, right? But again, if there's no issue, right? Like if you're being transparent, you know what I mean? If everyone knows about your DGen secret, there's no secret. Like,
I agree.
so why did you kick up a stink about it then?
Because no, but it was because I was tagged in it, and then everyone keeps referencing me. You know, I don't have to be dragged
Okay,
into this every single time. You know, so no, but the point I'm making is,
Heaven
I was
forbid,
here.
Steve, you ever have
I was
fucking
here.
daughters,
I
right?
was here
Like,
having the same discussion about Cypher on Saturday, right? So I just
One second. Guess what? Every single time I've been tagged about my project, my entire time that I've had my project, I've been able to come out there and talk about it as freely and as openly as I've wanted to. They can say whatever they want to say about it, say whatever bad thing they want to say whatever good thing they want to say, and guess what? I openly talk about it, and we address it right then and there. I don't deny anything. Steve,
I haven't denied anything either.
you immediately did. That's why we're here. If you are
we're
really
here.
if you're really launching these DGen plays the way you are, just own it, and nobody has as big of an issue that they have. You've owned it now, and we can call an end to this discussion. This is who Steve is. Steve likes to launch these projects with no point, rob from the outside community to pump his own up. That's who Steve is. That's what Steve likes to do. And if people want to say that, they can. I won't ever tag you personally again. I will never defend you, and I hope not another soul on this planet buys anything you're attached to. Cypher, kick him off your team.
Okay, I think we're done. You know, I think that was a good summary.
we're not done.
J-Dub.
Oh, hard work.
It was-
Did you add J-Dubs into this thing? Because there's a FUD gate where you got to add people.
I think he tried to join before but couldn't get in.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it was still a
hard work
screenshot that
has
you
to add
could
him. Yeah, but there's a FUD gate. It's called fucking FUD gate, bro. So like people got to get vetted to be let in.
Okay.
So hard worker and Mr. Who are the admins.
I-
They run
I
this
don't-
Discord. Like fucking not us.
I don't know his Discord name, in honesty. I just know his Telegram name. But if somebody wanted to discuss those with him, he's the one who has developed the contract and deploys the contract. And he's the one you can see as the leads in the chat. But we all kind of as agreed as a team. You know, he's a team member on Wanker. You know, so this was, you know, whether people like it or don't like it, you know, I respect everyone's opinions. You know, but this was a decision that was made as a team, and we have to own it. You know. So I think that, you know, Chris is what he said and everything like that. We can go round and round and round in circle and say people like it, people don't like it. I think we can just say, you know, that's how it is, you know?
Okay. Yeah. All right. But this thing, like I said, I was trying to say earlier, there's personal beef between you two, and none of us fucking have the contest. None of us honestly don't give a fuck. We're here because of the public shit, right? That was in main chat. So there's personal shit between you guys, whatever. Fucking like, none of us honestly give a fuck.
100%. There is not anything personal between us. 100%. The only thing I've ever DM'd him about is his dog shit projects that he keeps launching.
But okay, but hang on. But when I say personal, yeah, one of you is taking offense to it, fucking whatever, you know. But that DM shit, again, none of us are privy to. And that's why, Matt, when I say it's personal, when I say that, it's because it's DM shit, right? None of us know. We only know the context of what's being said in public DMs, right? Public chat. Which is why we fucking fronted you to have this call in the first place. Because a lot of us were like, oh, what's this shit in public chat? Well, let's fucking talk about it. So anyway.
I just can't grasp how you can't see it's wrong. That's just my personal. I don't know how you can't see that wrecking people
Oh
On
no,
purpose.
hang on, Das, please don't murder people. Um, I feel, yeah, sorry. Every time, I actually want to have a proper one-on-one chat with Das, but
I want to start a fight club with
uh,
that. That'd be fun.
bro, Das reminds me of that fucking English footballer dude. He's like in every fucking British movie. Fuck, I forget his name. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Fucking dude,
Vinnie Jones.
English football.
Vinnie Jones,
Yeah, the dude who was Vinnie Jones, yeah, fucking yeah. Anyway, but you're like a scarier Vinnie Jones. Anyway,
Hey Yoda, hey, mind if I just quick little comment?
yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so anyone here in the chat, you can chime in anytime you want. Just say, hey, I'm such and such. I want to chime in. So yeah, don't feel like it's dictated by blah blah. Yeah. So sorry.
Hey,
Sorry if it felt
Steve,
like that. Yeah.
and all you guys that work for Steve, I'd highly advise you to get on the Twitter Spaces. Go watch what's happening right now with Celsius. You're doxing yourself. You're doing this stuff, and this is just little warning for you and professional. I love the dark side too, but you're known. Regs will come for you. Lawyers will come for you. Media will come for you. Be careful, man. That's all I'm putting out there.
No, I appreciate it.
Fuck, that went fucking dark, Mad Hatter. All right. Yeah. I think, like I said, a lot of us are here just for what we saw in the main chat, which again is
Sure.
public information. It's
Yeah.
everyone's
It
here.
was public.
Like it's not private DMs, So that's what we're here for. And a lot of people outsiders have views of this Discord, this little like cabal group, this fucking Illuminati group that wants to fucking just shit on projects and tear projects down. Like, none of us actual project owners actually fucking own like it's hard work. I think hard work created the Discord. Mr. Who's the other second to IC. Like they're investors. They started this thing. Like, and some of us are here we're project owners, and we've got like Crypto High Council or fucking other tags or whatever. But that's we're here for that. But we don't own this fucking show. It's actual investors like DGen, like old school investors, like early Bitcoin investors. Like we're talking like, early Bitcoin, like 2012, 2010, But even then, like 2016, 2017, like when I first got into crypto, like, so you've got a lot of DGen investors here who would just read you for filth because they've been around, man. And so it's one thing for us project owners, right? Because we've been around the space, but we also know the tricks of the trade because as a project owner, you know the tricks of the trade. That's the whole fucking deal. That's the whole fucking game. Like when there's open conversation, like in a main chat, and even if Chris says stuff, like I said, like, he was saying it's his opinion. And you might think he has weight. And no offense to Chris, but he doesn't. Because his opinion in the main chat is an opinion, just like my opinion, anyone's opinions. And yes, like some cunts will fucking screenshot it and take it out of context and try and fud us or whatever. Like that's on us though. That's on us. That's on our projects. It's fucked up. But at the same time, we also are not going to stay silent and address, right? We're not going to say, oh, this is a bit fucking shady. This is a bit fucked up. Right? And would you rather live in a fucking space where people actually just fucking say that openly, and I say openly in main chat, it's a public fucking chat. Main chat say, yeah, I don't really agree with this. This is fucking bit shitty. Would you rather live in that world versus living in a world where everyone just covers up their shit? And then you know better than the fucking Wall Street cunts.
No, and like I say, it was, the kind of the reaction from today was, that I got tagged in it and we were having a discussion about different
You're
projects.
taking it personal, bro. You keep saying you got tagged. Like,
but how should I take it? What you can have your main chat discussion and not bring me into the discussion. You don't need to do that.
hang on. Okay, here's a question, Steve. Are you the sole owner of Wanker and subsidiary external DGen tokens? Do you own all the fucking contracts? Do you own, like, did you launch all the content? No. So why are you taking it like it's your bread and butter when you don't even own the dev contracts?
I personally tagged him in the conversation. I tagged him into it. And I did that solely because we were talking about his project. because he's the only Wanker team member that was in our chat. So since Wanker was getting discussed, instead of people discussing it without him to defend it, why not just go ahead and get him in the chat? You know, here's your project. Here's the next one you're launching. Here's what people are talking about it. This is your opportunity to spin it the way that you want it to be spun. And you chose the path that we are at now.
And Steve, can you
Yeah.
see though, from Chris's point of view, him tagging you was actually him saying, "Hey, instead of talking shit about you without you knowing about it, I'm going to bring you into the fold." Can you
That's
see
one
that
way you could look at
perspective?
it. I think that's one way you could look at it.
But is that not a better, like, instead of everyone shit talking about one guy, shit talking about your shit, and then you just having to just eventually find it scrolling through chat, as opposed to having someone actually tag you and be like, "Hey, since everyone's talking shit about your project, let's just tag the guy who, the only guy in this fucking Discord who's associated with it. Maybe he might be able to shed some light on it."
But the only point, and maybe we can never get a conclusion on this. That I'd given the status of it on Saturday when we had a discussion on a different piece. You know, whether people like it or not, I respect that. You know, I fully respect that. You know, but it's not what I don't want to happen. You know, is constantly they're ending up just being like a constant row going on about stuff. You know, as you said, you know, everybody's busy. You know, that's I think the only thing that can come out of this that is that would be good,
Now,
you know, and that's fine. You know, you can DM, you can do whatever you want, you know. But
Saturday,
no, if you're doing shitty stuff, you're going to get called out. That's how it is. It's a bit like saying, well, I did say I was going to murder 5 people. You know what I mean? Doesn't make it right just because you said you're going to do it and you've told people you're going to do it. Still doesn't make it right. You're happy with the way that you run your business. That's fine. Don't think you're not going to get called out for it. That's not. I don't know how many other people on here are going to call you out for it. But if you're doing shit that's going to wreck other people and fuck the community up for the rest of us, I'm definitely going to make it my personal fucking goal to keep an eye on every coin that has any trace to you and fucking call you out for it. You are wrong.
And not only that, it's worse, Doss. It's not that he says we're going to murder 5 people. He was called out about a previous murder. On Saturday, we talked about Wanker Ahoy, I believe is the name it's called, or Ahoy Wanker.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So we talked about that, and you agree that that's what the discussion was on Saturday. You expressed how that broke down and how that came about, and essentially the same mechanics that we've discussed today. And then today's discussion came about because of Dad Bod Coin. So the simple fact is like we weren't trying to continuously rehash things. You launched another project since we last talked, or at least it came to our attention since we last talked, and then we were just referencing that one. If you're going to continue to play the game and continue to launch projects like that, like I personally promise you, I will never tag you again in one. That being said, I'm not going to not talk about projects that launch in an open market because that's exactly what it is. It's an open market and people are going to talk about them. And if you keep on launching it and you don't want people talking about it because you know it's a bad thing, that like speaks volumes on your guilt, man. And like you should just do the right thing from this point on and nobody will talk about it.
And what would you say? So to do the right thing, so you would say to just stop them instantly, or do a? How would you do it? What would and like I say, just
yeah,
would
like
you say
so honest advice. What I would do if I was sitting in the situation of having a couple degen plays that are already live on the market, and my own token that I need to make successful. If I'm not going to support those degen ecosystems, I would lower the taxes down to 0%. Tell those people that we're closing those projects down, and that if they want to become like more holders in a more successful project, to move over to my base token, which would be Wanker. And at the same time, I would network with community members in stronger projects, and I would drive different ways to try to increase volume and awareness to my brand. There's a lot of free listings that you can do out there that like drive community engagement and get volume to actually hit on your charts. People who care about their communities, they look into those and they stay diligent on staying on top of those things. And you can find ways to drive like promotional efforts towards Wanker and focus all your attention on Wanker instead of focusing your attention on these other little coins. That would be my suggestion, and I would think that the community on a whole will probably feel strongly the same way that I do, and that's all I ever try to express. And I think I expressed that to you like personally, in not as detailed of a way because, well, why should I have to? You clearly have a different viewpoint.
Okay. Well, I think we've kind of discussed everything, right? There's we've transparently said what it is. People don't agree with it. That's completely fine. You've proposed, what could potentially make this right. I think that's kind of the conclusion of the discussion. Right? Otherwise, we can talk round and round in circles. I think everyone said kind of what they feel, how they feel about it, etc., and what's kind of got us to being here today. So, like I say, I respect everyone's opinion, and as it's been said many times before, it's all about optics and what the general sentiment is. So, I think we've kind of concluded.
Are you doxed?
Yeah.
What's your name then? What's your LinkedIn? What's your fake? What do you look like?
No, I've doxed my face. I'm not
Are you a cute Steve or like a furry Steve?
Not furry Steve. So I'm doxed as in VC doxed. I'm not doxed as in KYC.
Oh, so you're not fully doxed then. You have your face on
You're
your
not
website.
Why not? If you're doing things right and you've got nothing to worry about, why aren't you doxed?
We're far away from that. He has acknowledged that he's doing things bad, that he just is okay with that.
That's just wants to kill people, so we gotta appreciate that.
I don't.
Like that.
I appreciate
I do like you.
He's being honest, and that's fair. But he's got to understand that his actions impact on all of us here. It makes it hard for everyone else here. You're part of a community. This isn't a standalone thing you're doing. What you do impacts your peers. That's the thing I don't understand. Well, I know we're not all mates and we don't go drinking together and that, but this space has the ability to do so many good, positive things, and it doesn't need people fucking it up and setting it back.
No, I appreciate that. So what I will do is as I'm the only one here, I'll take it back to the team, and we'll go from there. I appreciate the feedback and everyone's opinion. So I'll take it back, and then we'll move from there.
Right, if you're on TG, join DeFi Connect, because there's a massive group of people that are working together.
That's not going to cut you off, because fuck DeFi Connect. It's fucking bullshit. It's all that's right. I'm not saying this shit. Sorry, don't take that the wrong way.
No, but it's a good starting point, isn't it? It's a good place to start by actually mixing with people that are trying to help each other.
So is this Discord, and so is Unite DeFi, and so is fucking Unify DeFi, and like everyone has their things. I'm not shitting on any even this Discord. I'm not shitting on any of them, but you come to realize that everyone has their own fucking little groups.
Yes, so we should join all of them.
They all sell the same shit. Yeah, they sell the same shit, but they have different people in them, cunt.
Oh, I'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah. That's why I'm Billy Yoda, mate. Fucking but anyway.
Nice, Billy.
But look, I think a lot of us wanted this chat to fucking eat the popcorn and see the drama. But I personally, I'm a massive shitster. But I personally just, knowing Chris, known him for a little bit, is that he's not here to hurt people. He might be a bit fucking autistic, right? Which he fucking is, right? That's no offense to him. It's just fucking people are. Autistic, Asperger's, whatever the fuck. That's just some people are fucking born that way. But the way he interprets and says stuff isn't always to hurt people, right? Pardon me. And I think a lot of people have to take that into account as well. That not everyone is out to fucking get you. And in my experience too with this fucking crypto world, like anything to do with money, everyone has their price, right? Doesn't matter if they're your blood, doesn't matter if they're your family, doesn't matter if they're your fucking best friend from high school, doesn't matter. Everyone has their fucking price. And when that dollar sign and when that price hits, that will fuck you, right? But I'd rather surround my people. Doesn't matter if, again, doesn't matter whatever fucking condition, whatever it is. I'd rather people would just say, "Oh, you're doing fucking dumb shit." I'd rather people tell me that from their opinion, and it doesn't matter. And I can take it as a grain of salt. I can be like, "Yeah, well, that's your opinion. I give a fuck." But I'd rather people tell me that they think I'm fucking up, as opposed to living in a fantasy world where no one's wanting to tell me that I'm fucking up, right? Because they're scared or whatever. Like, that's not the fucking world you want to live in because you're not grounded. You don't. And I think I think that's what a lot of this shit is, man. Like, and this goes to everyone. Like, this Discord group, like I said, I only joined a couple of months ago, but it started by fucking investors. It's not started by us. This whole cabal Illuminati rumor shit, like we all started this. It's fucking bullshit. We don't have the fucking time. I'd fucking love the time to fucking destroy projects. That'd be fucking. I'd love fucking 200 cunts to fucking go like destroy other fucking projects. That'd be amazing. But you know, that's just not how it is. And honestly, we're all trying to work together because we know that we're stronger in numbers. And I'm an ex-military person, but we're stronger together. We're not stronger apart. We're stronger together. And yes, some of us call each other cunts. We call each other fuckwits. But I'd rather someone call me a cunt and a fuckwit than to tiptoe and say, "Oh, I really like you, Billy. Oh yeah, yeah, I like what you do. Yeah, like you're really cool, Billy. Um, like maybe I can do something for you, but blah 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 blah, and talk shit." I'd rather people just be like, "Hey, you know, you're a fuck cunt," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're a fuck cunt." I'm like, cool. Now we can work together.
Yeah, one last thing, Steve. Sorry, did you say everyone in your main chat knows about this? Is posted. The mods are aware of this and everything, or did I get that wrong? It's a different group that knows about it.
we fucking went over that, but anyway.
Well, no. I've just spoke to one of his mods, and they swear blind. They haven't got a clue about anything you've just said.
Now you're digging holes. But yeah, no, we went over that. I know Steve was talking shit, but yeah.
There's a pin post. It might be way back.
We
There's
know
a pin-
you're
there's a
lying
pin
to
post.
everyone, Steve, but it's okay.
I'm not lying.
I was happy to let it go, but
Not lying.
Das is a hound dog, so I'll let Das fucking destroy
As
you.
mods, we don't get told beforehand that's happening. I'm reading out the message exactly. I'm a mod with Wanker, yeah, not on the memes, don't see point with those. As mods, we don't get told beforehand that's happening, but obs, I know they're memes.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let me. There's a pinned message in the chat that talks around the series and what it's for and what it's intended to do.
The dad bot thing, or like the
No, but in general around the series.
what series? You cunts have fucking launched like fucking 5
Yeah,
tokens
so
already.
so that's what he's
There's two.
quick.
There's been two. There's been two in total, and one was launched recently that we're talking about.
So what he means by that is a long time ago they posted a message in a pin that said, "Hey, this is what we're going to be doing, and this is how we're going to do it, and this is going to help drive revenue towards Wanker." They don't make it an explicit announcement on the day of. So like whenever they fair launched this dad bot or whatever, they didn't tell Wanker community that day, like, "Hey, we're going to go do this right now." What he means whenever he says everybody's aware of it is that they're aware of the type of actions that they're taking, that they're going to launch these weird plays.
Hang on, Chris, but hang on. But Das himself has just done his detective work.
But exactly what Chris said is the
No,
situation.
Das just literally did his detective work.
Yeah, but he said that the mod wasn't made aware before
Yeah,
launch, which is
yeah.
exactly what Chris just said.
Yeah, correct. The mod agreed with Steve. Again, it's just like another like strange thing where it's transparent only to a point. We're saying, hey, this is the kind of stuff that we're gonna do, but we're gonna do it on our own, and we're not gonna necessarily like announce it to the community. That might be viewed as better. People might say, hey, like that's actually a better way of going about it. So like that mod was just saying, oh yes, I know that they're launching meme projects, but no, they did not tell us that this one was launching. No, we had no idea about this one.
No. Yeah, but the thing
That's
is,
correct.
like, but Steve said that they all get told publicly and transparently to their community. They get told all this shit, and Das has been
No,
doing
but
his detective Sherlock
No,
Holmes
no.
shit.
No, but what I said was we put a post in about this series. We don't go in every single time something's launched and tell everyone before everyone else. That's not what
Yeah,
happened. Exactly as
but
Chris
that's
said.
what. But that.
I've just posted one. I believe it's from your disc, from your Telegram. I had to edit it to post it, but is it your baby series?
That's their
It's the
baby
pin
series
post.
that was fucking ages ago that Mike tried to get me into like months ago. That's old
That's-
news, man.
But
That's
that was
old news.
But that
Okay,
was posted on the 12th of June again.
So real quick, just to clarify something. So what Billy was getting on about earlier is essentially what he's trying to make the point on now. Is that like, so you want to say that like you're completely transparent and public about it, but when truthfully you're fair launching these between a couple people, y'all are buying first, and then y'all are like slowly spreading it into the community by word of mouth, hoping that it catches on and drives further volume back into like your regular community. So you might get upset whenever somebody starts talking about like, oh, here's the next one, guys. It's fucking bad dad bod, and we all start talking about it. So like, and from Billy's perspective, he thinks that's why you got so upset and came in here.
No,
that's not the point. That's not the point.
Sorry, Chris. I'm gonna crack you there. That's not even the whole point of me. I'm here because I want a popcorn. I knew you guys having public drama, and I thought it'd be fucking entertaining. That's literally why I'm here.
Yeah,
No, but
But-
I meant that was
but seriously, Das has literally done Sherlock Holmes. Listen to Das. Das just did his Sherlock Holmes. He's spoken
just
to
let
Bob.
me add this, Billy. Just let me add this. He's admitted that Dad Bod is a DGen project. Yeah, we Steve. Yeah,
Correct.
okay. Not check Dad Bod today, but they were on about doing NFTs as well, treating like a project of sorts, not letting it die. That's what you're telling your community, which means you're full of shit.
Thank you, Das. Thank you, Das, for being my Sherlock Holmes. Thank you.
Explain that, Steve.
Well, that's. I don't know what to say. That's not what's been said, as far as I'm aware.
So the mod, who is a respectable member of multiple communities, and lots of people know him, is just chatting shit. He's just decided to make stuff up to me.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there are NFTs related to it, and it's more around that, it's not a DJ that dies in 5 minutes, but it's not like a broader thing. That's not what I'm saying.
So where does he get the impression? Where does he get the impression that you are treating it like a project that is not meant to die? He's just picked that up on his own, or are you leaving that inference out there so that more people get sucked in and then more people get wrecked? Where does that inference come from if you are putting this paper out there that you don't refresh and contact people again, but you put a pin out there saying we're doing degens? You've said on here, we're doing degens, don't really give a fuck about the rest of the community. And then I'm speaking to a member of your community, he says, I haven't got a Danny's what's happening. And then the next thing he says is, well, they're talking about this project, staying alive and being a great thing. But you're actually in it saying, no, it's a degen. We're going to make as much money out of it as possible and then fucking shut it down. So either he's full of shit, or you might not be telling the truth. Or I'll give you, the benefit of the doubt. The way that you get your messaging across to people might not be as clear as it could be if you knew you weren't doing anything wrong.
That's not the way it is. I think there's a communication thing here for sure that I'll take back, and try and find out who that is and discuss that, where that's come from, or that perception. So all I could do is take on that feedback. I like I said, as with the series, it was supposed to.
Find out who he is. Why do you need to find out who he is? What are you going to punish him?
No, of course not. Why would I punish him?
Well, because he's basically contradicted most of what you've said.
But he hasn't contradicted anything that I've said. I mean, what he's saying, I'm not necessarily aware of. So that's why I want to know where that perception comes from. So
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but I'm absolutely baffled.
I'm probably gonna hop off this call now because it seems like we are going in circles. We agree that you this is what you do and this is who you are.
Look, yeah, and Chris has got. All right, Chris has got jobs to do, work to do, right.
Me too as well, and I need to jump off as well. But I think
but hang on. But you're gonna leave and kumbaya and kiss and suck each other assholes. But Das and I aren't actually working together, but I fucking love Das's tenacity because you've said your transparency shit, and Leanne just posted it, and the shit you talked about transparency stuff, that's the baby wanker shit, and I know for a fact because that's what Dirty Mike fucking sold me, tried to sell to me in a fucking voice chat I had with him months ago. Right? That's how I knew you were fucking full of shit. Anyway, but
the baby wanker is a series, not a token.
Yeah, but when you said, "Oh, I'm transparent to the community about blah 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 blah," you recited the exact same shit Mike recited to me fucking months ago, right? And then the thing is, Das, we're not colluding, but Das on his own tenacity went and investigated like fucking Sherlock Holmes of fucking bulldog fucking whatever fucking manhands, fucking did his investigation in the last fucking 30 minutes or fucking hour, and he's even come up with evidence, right? Just to even just say, you're not telling your community everything. And again, it's fine. If you say, hey, we're not telling everyone carte blanche that we're doing these DJ things, we're playing DJ things, that's fine. But you also can't get upset when people call out projects like yourselves for doing DJ and plays as their opinions, right? And again, Das and I aren't colluding. But Das on his own fucking thing, and if this is 100% true, right? And I'm just taking this as a grain of salt, but if it's true that he's spoken to a mod and has his evidence, right, in the last fucking hour or whatever, that he's dug up, right?
I'll DM you the messages, Billy.
No, you don't need to. No, I'm just saying.
I'm not questioning what you've been told. Honestly, I'm not.
No, it's not about that, mate. The fact of the matter is, you're here kicking up a stink about blah blah blah. People want to make my project, blah blah. But we're fully transparent. We fucking tell everyone, blah blah blah. You don't. You fucking run other fucking projects. You try to promise, oh, this next project will be the quick 10x. That's why you get people to buy in. Yes, some people might get lucky with their 10x, whatever. But you rinse, repeat, recycle, right? And then today you got all stinky about it because Chris said something about it publicly, even though you've had DMs and you had personal shit, which some of us have known about anyway. It's not just you, man. It's ever reflect everything, fucking whatever. I was in the same boat. I got accused of fucking shit. And I sat offline for fucking 5 days deliberately to prove that I wasn't the fucking mole leaking all this shit. Because read receipts and shit online. I'm not a fucking dickhead. If I don't fucking turn on my phone, if I don't fucking go on my computer and open chats, here, Your Honor, fucking, oh, I didn't read your messages for 5 days, but Intel's still leaking. Well, fucking clear as day, I'm not the fucking mole, am I? Right? But here's an example of these fucking games that get played, right? But anyway, like I said, this bullshit fucking whatever, charade, whatever for fucking bullshit. But we're all here because of what happened in main public chat, right?
Yep. And
then
like I say,
you can say all this, and it's fine. No one personally, like I said, you play your games. We all scatter around the grey area. We're all unregulated. We're in the fucking golden era. We can print money. We're in the carte blanche. We live in the golden age. Honestly, we are. Until the government comes and fucking steps on our shit, we're fucking living the dream. We get to print money out of fucking thin air. We're fucking living the dream. Our generation, this is like living in the fucking gold era, mate. This is like living in the 1800s. Like, we have not had a generational opportunity to fucking print money out of thin air since the fucking gold rush. Like, we are lucky to be in this fucking opportunity. But you've also got to be fucking real about it and be like, yes, we're doing this. And again, like, at the same time, you can go, hey, we're not going to fuck people over. Like, we want to make other people get wealthy too. We want to get wealthy too as well. But, we don't need a fuck system. But no, again, I'm not saying you guys are doing that. But when you
But-
have all this shit, right, and you do DJing plays, but then you get upset because someone like Chris says something because you assume, yes, he knows lots of people. He has Unite DeFi. He's on YouTube. He talks to a lot of people. You assume he's going to somehow destroy your shit. And I'm speaking, Chris is probably not even here. He's probably fucking like zoned out. But I can say that Chris has a lot more shit to deal with than to just destroy other fucking people. He will voice his opinions, and that's how his mind works. And he'll factually say this is the facts. But the dude has a lot of shit going on, right? Personally, real life shit and crypto shit, like. And for people to be like, hey, like, he's the mastermind to bring all these project down, especially in this Discord, like I said, like, it's founded by fucking investors, bro. Like, it's just dumb. You know what I mean? And then we have you guys on, you have a debate, and we have you on, like, and again, credit to you. You come on AMA and you say, yep, I want to talk about this. I want to address these conditions, blah, blah. And fucking kudos to you, mate. Like, you've got bigger balls than half the cunts who fucking been in this Discord in the last 2 months, right? That's a fucking
what I
kudos
can
to you. But
no,
the thing
but
is,
what,
though,
what
is again, you will get caught up in your fucking lies because Das, like I said, and again, I'm serious. I'm not even colluding with Das, but he's gone fucking full Sherlock Holmes and just fucking brought up some shit in like the last hour. So you can't be that fucking arrogant. Just think that you can fucking lie to everyone
I'm not
when
lying to
some
anyone.
fucking no. But what I'm saying is, to say you tell your community everything, blah, 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 and then some fucking dude is like fucking half-assed in his own project and we fucking grilled him over the fucking coals for anyway. But then this cunt's fucking like, fucking, I'll be Sherlock Holmes for a minute. I'll put my fucking bulldog down and my fucking pint down for a minute. And I'll fucking, and this dude's fucking dug up some shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have, do you get what I mean?
Just to voice a little bit of reason, let's go with the benefit of the doubt that he's not lied. He's just been a little bit disingenuous. Which is
I think
fine.
actually not even disingenuous, not aware of the situation that's come, but that's feedback that's come from a mod. So I'll take it on board, and I think that and like I say, I can't stay on here forever, and I'm not running away or anything like that. But what I'm going to say is, as an action, is obviously I've taken on board your feedback. I've told you everything I know as transparently as I can, and I'll take it back to the team for a discussion and a decision. I think that's the only way I can say that I can conclude with an action from that.
Steve, you just went full corporate, and basically what you told us is blah 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 blah. I'll write a report, but you guys can go fuck yourself.
No, but we said, Chris, I said,
you just said, I'll take it back to my team. I'll write a report. Oh, fucking blah 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 blah. Where's your fucking humanity, bro? Where's your emotion?
No, but what? No, but that is that's exactly completely against the point that I'm saying. Is that I said to Chris, if the optics are as bad as they are on this Legion series, people don't want them. We need to stop them. That's what I have to take back and tell the team. And that's all I can do. Right? The decision before that was to do them. Now, if it's seen so badly, then go back and potentially revert the decision. That's what I'm saying. I can't do any more than that, can I?
Dude, no one's gonna buy your shit because everyone already fucking doesn't want to buy your shit. So you're not here to fucking steal your shit.
And that's fine.
So, but to give us take it back to the team and I'll fucking compile a report and blah 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 blah. You sound like a fucking robot. Like, that's not what we're here for.
But we obviously come from different walks of life. Okay,
no,
so
you come
clearly.
You're a robot facade, fake motherfucker, and we're not here for that.
I do actually
I like
just because Steve said that, I do actually want to take that on point because you said we had earlier. You said we had different educations.
Mhm.
I'm fairly well educated, but like, if you want to go to my LinkedIn and you want to compare our LinkedIn's, you can do so any day of the week that you want to. Please do.
And I think, and I wasn't talking about academic. I was talking about the way that people talk to people. That's what I was referencing. But like I say, we can talk around in this in circles. I've told you, what I'm going to do.
mate, when
But
you
how
when you
come?
cut
Okay,
yourself,
so
cut
Professor,
yourself,
how
when
come we
you
can
cut yourself, what's the color of your blood?
red the same as yours?
No shit, cunt. No shit.
So how do we conclude this then? Because that's where I want to,
There's
go and
no
speak to the team.
No, you just had to come in and act like a fucking human being. Be a
I think
real
he has, to
fucking
be
human.
fair, he's got a different viewpoint, but he has, he's said what he's got to say. We might not agree, like you said, but he said it. Every action has a consequence. You do you, Steve, and we'll do us.
Okay, that's another.
You've got the balls to come on. Fair play. Do what you got to do.
It's a fair wild play, but yeah, I agree with Doss. I think we're done. You've said what you've said. We've said what we've said. We've agreed to disagree. You've at least acknowledged the fact that you're willing to, even though you don't see it as a bad thing, you're willing to ask your team if they want to reconsider, since the rest of the fucking world sees it as a bad thing.
That's a bit like asking Goebbels to tell fucking Hitler that,
Oh, don't do that. No, you'll get cancelled. That, mate. Oi, only you do this.
Someone and
Mate.
what we're doing.
Das, you're struggling to fucking launch your own token to begin with. Don't cancel yourself yet. You're fucking on thin ice. No, I'm so shit. No, but they're right, Steve. Like, you just coming up here and talking shit, and yeah, like, my opinion is, like, a lot of it's fucking robotic shit, and it's fucking like dime a dozen. But you've come up here, so that's a good step, and you've come up here facing an audience where you're basically like fucking 9 against 10, right? But you've come up here, so that's a lot of credit to you. And I don't know if this is gonna sink in or fucking I don't care. I don't know, fucking whatever. You're probably gonna go fucking after this call and fucking I don't know, fucking jerk off to hentai. Who cares? But if there's any impact to this, is that you honestly have more fucking balls and more grit than I'm being serious, seriously, than fucking a lot of people, a lot of projects that have come in this Discord.
Reflex would not do this conversation.
Oh, don't get me started on that. But yeah. So if that again, I'm not telling you, Steve. I'm not saying this to you to fucking like make you feel good or whatever. I'm just saying you've got something. There's a fucking fire in you that's brought you here. You've stayed here. You've taken all the shit, but it's obviously up to you, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, don't encourage you. No, but no, seriously, like there is a side of you, Steve, that is like us. And not again, not saying fucking one of us, you're not. But there's a fire in you. You like I said, you've done more than a lot of projects that have come in here in the last 2 months. So what you do with that is up to you, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, you've shown a lot of grit.
Okay. Well, thanks for engaging in the discussion. I think there's let me do what I've got to do, and yeah, I think that's it.
Have a fantastic evening, sir.
You too. Take care.